How far are you willing to go? The drive, the sweat, the blood, the tears, your determination through the pain and all the suffering, people overlooking you, telling you that you're not good enough. You have to believe that you're great. And with you believing that you're great, anything you want to do, you can achieve. No one can stop you. Only you can stop yourself. Keep driving. Keep uplifting yourself. Keep going. Keep going. Nothing, and no one can stop you. That goal you want, you can achieve it. How you inspire people is going to be up to you. Keep going. Never give up. Never give up. Keep going. Never.
What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Gotti. And we're here once again on 910 Sports TV. First and foremost, want to thank God for this opportunity to be able to come on this great platform, to have this great opportunity to talk to my brothers, you know what I'm saying, in Christ and in media and everything else. So I'm gonna start to my right of me. I'm gonna start with the great coach, you know what I'm saying, on the border of Virginia and North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know why you took the hat off. I mean, I know you know your team blue, but you want to have a hat on. What the heck? There you go, coach. We got Coach Lamont Goins in the building. What's going on, brother?
Well, hey, like you said, Icon, I'm in VA, but my heart is in Colorado, and it's bleeding hard, right? I feel like my man down south, Jacob the Great. I mean, the struggle's real, and we're gonna be talking about that tonight. But once again, man, like you always say, we just lift up the Lord, our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and just glad to be on with you, brothers, man. So let's roll.
Yeah, and so I got my other brother. Hey, and I can't talk. My team is frustrating me too. Miami keep losing these games that they shouldn't be losing. In Washington, they about you know what I'm saying they I mean they might well just set an ambulance on the field. Remember back in the day when they used to have the old Madden game where the ambulance would come on the field, the ambulance truck would come on. They need to just put that on the field right there on the 50-yard line for the watch for the Commanders. But you know I got my brother Jacob the Great in the building. What's going on, brother?
Man, I don't know, man. Just blessed by the best. You know, thank God for another day. And I'm just waiting to see if they're gonna replace Dabo or is Jerry is Jerry go to the program.
Okay. You break it up a little bit there, but hopefully we'll be all right in a minute. I'm gonna start it off with I don't want to go there just yet. We'll do the NFL preview stuff. I want to go to one the topic I want to go to top before we get to even Dion. I want to go to this new story, this John Morant situation. I don't know if y'all seen it. So basically, last night, John Morant, you know, I guess he had a bad game. When I looked at it, he played 30 minutes, only had 8 points. And basically, he put it on the coaches for not using them correctly and not basically, I guess not running the offense around him and took him out the game early or whatever. So, and it was a close game. They played the Lakers. It was a close game or whatever. And so is it time for John Morant to go? Because all this, we know the history of everything that happened with him, you know, with the gun charges and all the other stuff. And then, you know, the offseason they was talking about it might be time for him to go, but it ended up, I think, signing a new deal. Do y'all believe, and I go to you, first coach, do you believe that it's time for John Morant to go?
Well, I tell you what, he's not bigger than the league. He's not bigger than any. I know he's the guy there on that squad, but and I did see that interview, and he was ask the coaching staff, ask the coaching staff. When are you going to take responsibility, right? When are you going to be the leader or that franchise guy and say, okay, you know what? Yeah, I didn't play well, or we don't know the behind the scenes story, but is it time for him to go? Maybe if he had another job, maybe he had a job on the grind like we are, not making millions of dollars, just making buckets. But as the coach and me, I'm really tired of his all of the antics. Just play the game. You're blessed to be in the league. You're blessed to have the talent. And if you're not happy, why'd you sign an extension? If you wanted out, that was your time to get out. But what you don't want to see, you don't want the league to turn around and say, okay, you know what, we're gonna slide him out the pasture and just let him squander.
Yeah, go ahead, Jacob.
It's just time for the whole Memphis Grizzlies team to go. Just move the team. Nobody want to play in no Memphis, man. Memphis is a godforsaken place. They got they got more crime than Beirut. Nobody want to play in no Memphis, man. You know, I ain't like, get out of here, man. Just 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 like they was talking about putting a WNBA team in Memphis, and what's her name, man? I forget the young white lady name. She said, "Who wants to play in Memphis?" So man, don't nobody want to play in no Memphis, man. Like, get out of here, man. And I don't really know what happened. I can't speculate. But if a player is unhappy, get him out of there. Or if you haven't been happy with a player since his off the court antics, then why did you sign him back? Get him out of there.
That,
If he's
that's
bad
exact.
for
Yep.
your if he's bad for your brain, get him out of there. And so I'll just say this right here. I don't want to play in Memphis. I don't want to do nothing in Memphis. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Get get me a barbecue sandwich and get back on the road. The only thing they name for is they barbecue and the BB King House of Blues. Nothing else should stay there. Move the whole team.
Mhm.
Hey, can I
Hey,
jump in on that real quick?
yeah, go ahead.
Is Jacob's right, man? I mean, I went to Memphis back for the NCAA a couple years ago, and they told us when we checked in the hotel, this is where you go and this is how you get there. Other than that, don't go nowhere. So that's exactly right. I mean, they'll still a penny off a blind man. That is a very very tough place. It's a tough place to raise a family. It's just a tough place for anything. And Jacob's right. I mean, if it move the franchise, move it.
Man, Memphis, the type of a city that tell Pharaoh, you don't belong here. You better get out of here.
And see the crazy part. So, but I was gonna say this, Doc Hollywood. Well, Hollywood gonna get on y'all. You know, Doc Hollywood, a big Memphis guy, because that's where he from. So he get mad when people talk about Memphis. But it's funny because over the summer, uh, I think it was the Fourth of July. I think it was Fourth of July weekend. I just happened of all places, I got stranded or stuck for an extra day, a couple of days out in Memphis or whatever.
Mm.
I was supposed to pick up a car and the place was closed because it happened to be on the Fourth of July. And this fool Jacob would call me when I talk to him phone, talking about, yeah, Akon, you gonna go out in the city? Fool, I'm just about to go to this doggone restaurant, give me something you can go to this room while it's still daylight. I'm treating Memphis like a sundown town. You about to have me out there, get hit
Listen,
with
No,
a stray
man.
bullet or something.
no.
I'm
Listen,
good.
man. Hey, listen, man. I don't know what type of stuff they got in Memphis, but them young boys in Memphis do anything and everything. No holds bar. No
Mm-mm.
sir.
No, sir. I don't move. I messed around one time a few years ago. And sometimes I'm out of town. I get a haircut at different places. I messed around and ended up in the hood of Memphis because I'm just pulling up. What the world was I thinking? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I got my haircut. It was good. People, the folks there was hospitable. But I'm like, I ain't doing that again. I ain't taking
No,
them. I ain't taking them
no.
doggone chances with my life. Them Russian
You,
roulette places with my life in Memphis.
yeah, you getting the fade and they fading your tires off your car.
Exactly,
Yeah, man.
exactly. So I'm gonna get with you, Coach. What you want to talk about? You want to talk about this prime situation? Because I
Yeah,
got it.
yeah, 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 yeah. Let's go ahead and let's go out there. Let's go out there to Boulder. And here's the
Okay.
thing, and I'm not saying I heard something Coach Prime said the other day. The rule of 10, right? And the rule of 10 is you got 10 people, two people ain't gonna do right, two gonna do exactly what you ask them to do. So who's gonna influence the six? So you got them people in the middle that's going, all right, do I jump on Jacob's side? Do I get on Icon East side? And as we said before we came on the air, part of the problem is these jokers getting paid already. Win, lose, draw. I show up for practice or whatever. I'm already getting a check. Everybody in the locker room is getting a check. So when you do that and you look at the end of the score, you look up there and you got a goose egg or whatever the score is at the end of the game, you still going to the bank, you still dropping that ID and you still getting some cheddar. So my whole thing is with the NIL, it's killing not only Prime, it's hurting everybody. It's hurting college football top to bottom because those guys that could play are going other places to get paid. So of course it's costing coaches jobs. But I think in Dion's situation or Coach Prime's situation is he's got to realize that you know what sometimes I think I put it this way, and I'll end on this. His quarterback is wrong. He's got to go out and get the quarterback, not from Liberty University, not to say the kid's not talented, but he can't go from Liberty and playing in the Power Five. I mean, you just can't do that. I mean, you got to go and you got to spend that money and get that kid out there. And if they don't have the pockets, as we said earlier, maybe it's time to move on. What is he, 16? He's 16 and 17 right now, going into I think it's year 3 or year 4. So
Let me see. I think it's
he's
year
had a
4.
rough, yeah, he's had a rough go of it. But again, I believe in his philosophies. And if you can't be motivated sitting in that room with all them people that he brings in there, something's wrong with you.
Yeah, it might be year 3. Well, year 3 in Colorado because he played what it was 2 years with Travis
Two
and
year,
them,
and you're right. So yeah,
and
year
then
three.
this year will be year 3. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you can't get motivated and all first of all them Hall of Fame coaches that's trying to help you get to the next level, then you bringing in everybody from the low man on the totem pole to whoever's the icon person, whatever, and their phone call, they Zoom, they come out to practice, and you still there with your head up your butt. They don't want it, man. I really don't. I
Mhm.
think they've given up on him as well. I mean, the players are cashed it in.
Mhm.
Well, I have a different theory. And to all my black and brown people, this is a disclaimer. Me and you look alike. So don't come for me too hard. But my question is, can Deion Sanders coach anybody but his sons?
Okay, that's a good question. I mean, that's something that remained to be seen. We have never seen it. He's been coaching them boys since they was in middle school or elementary school, I think. So he's been coaching them their whole life or whatever. And I think to me, what me and Coach were talking about before we came on air, I think it Prime need to go to the NFL. I know he said he don't really want to, but you got to look at it like this: when you got players making money, the guys, at least in the NFL, they got families, they got wives, kids. So they're gonna be more professional. When you give an 18-year-old millions of dollars, he don't know how to handle that. His maturity level is not gonna be able to handle being able to have that kind of money. So at the end of the day, at least with the NFL guys, he'll know they'll handle them. He can pull certain players in the locker room and say, like, especially the leaders, and say, I need for you to talk, make sure that these guys is good. And the good teams, he get with a good team. Like, let's just say, for instance, he went to Cleveland and his son is still there. And he got Miles Garrett. Miles Garrett gonna be the type, he gonna be a professional enough to be able to keep that locker room where Dion don't got to be in there and babysit the locker room. So players like that, so good, not to say they're a good team, but you got veterans. So if you go to a veteran team that got, they got certain players that's gonna keep stuff intact and keep guys make sure guys are in there working out and looking at the playbook and doing what they're supposed to do. Then I think Dion will be better off in that situation than he is in college. You know what I mean?
Well, I just not only can he coach anybody besides his son, is he capable of getting great defensive coordinators or great offensive coordinators, people who've been on this collegiate level for a very, very long time and just may want to have that experience of coaching with DJ Prime, like because I'm looking at the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, they act like they can't think fast go.
Well,
Well,
I think. Go ahead, Coach.
I'm thinking, and I'm going. That's a great point there, Jacob just made, and I'm going to put it on the. I'm going to put it on the execution of the coaches, and then the same thing with the players. If that coach all right, so he goes out there, say Jacob's my starting tackle, and the guy behind Jacob is a B, and Jacob is a A. And if Jacob ain't giving me the A thing, I got to go with the B. I like it. I don't need 11 great players on the field.
Hmm.
You give me 7 on foot on the offense, and you give me 7 on the defense, and I can plug in some suspects. But then the question is, what is the players doing? Are they taking it serious? Are they coming to practice late? Are they doing all of that? Just like now, everything is digital. How long are you spending time in the room studying film? And I got a note come across a few minutes ago. What about the freshman quarterback? If he was all that, it's time. All right, you played Salters enough. Guess what? Put the freshman in. If ain't nobody, drop down and play freshman. But you got to do something. And again, the coaches, you look over there, you got to be honest. If that dude ain't producing, pull him out. Quit playing him when you know he ain't giving you all you supposed to give you.
Well, I would
And,
say
and,
this.
and,
Oh, go ahead.
and I'm gonna say this right here too, Icon. This whole NIL thing
Mm,
is messed up a lot. And I must say these coaches like Dion don't send scouts to these high school games. You know how many high schools all across this country, starting from 1A all the way to 6A to 7, 8A, even to the Power 16 schools. You know how many these 5-star kids have to go to JUCO now because coaches like Dion and coaches like Kirby Smart and coaches like they don't the coaches from Ole Miss, they don't really give because they got so many kids coming out the transfer portal, so they don't really give the 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 high school kids that's been going to summer camp and parents that hired them a personal trainer since they were 12, 13 years old. These kids are still good athletes, but you can develop them for the first couple of years, and the next 2 years you can have a real dynasty.
Yeah,
That's
and you
what
know what
college
it is.
that's what college football is missing. That's
You know
exactly what
what?
college football is missing.
Well, you know what college football done too, and me and you know that, and me and you being in the business is turning into the music business. And what I mean by that is music business used to develop artists and groom them and get them right. That's why you have older artists. That's why you can have a Michael Jackson, you can have a Beyonce, you can have certain artists that was groomed to as kids to come up and be, and still be legendary. New Edition, artists like that. But what happens in college football is they going through the same thing. Now they, like you said, they just going off of what they already seeing and not now they don't want to develop anymore. So even the coaches are getting lazy when it comes to it. So I think prime situation because I'm a lemonade and make lemons out of guy. He might have to go to a Florida or a Florida State or a Miami. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm over Cristobal. He might have to go to one of these schools because one, it's an expectation. Colorado don't have an expectation. So when the
that's
players
true.
come there, they know there's no expectation. It's no expectation them have to win. But if you go to an Alabama, a Miami, a Florida State, some of these other schools, Clemson, then it's an expectation. So those players can't come in there have, have dragging themselves. They can't come in there. They got to come in there, ready to play and put all their ego and the money situation, all that to the side. Because if you don't show up and show out at these big schools, then that's going to reflect on you on the NFL draft. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where he needs to go. He's too big for Colorado. His ego, his personality, everything about Prime is too big for Colorado. They had that first year and last year with his son and Travis Hunter, but they don't have the type of stars around him to be able to hold him up. You know what I mean? That'd be like putting Michael Jackson in a group where everybody else was just regular. You know what I mean? That'd be like that'd be like putting Chris Brown in a group with a bunch of people you never heard of. And you'd be like, what? Who are these dudes around Chris Brown? You know what I'm saying?
But
So,
I ain't gonna tell you this lie. I ain't gonna hold you, coach. In Icon, when I first heard Dion was going to Colorado, I said, what is there to do for people? What they gonna watch a football game and then go take pictures of the mountains? What the hell he doing out there?
Well,
yeah, you know,
I guess because one is Florida State didn't even interview him, and then coach calls up there and they win one game or two games
yeah,
the
one
season
game.
season before they got there. I mean they won the national championship back in the day. But when you look at that, and I mean everything that we're saying is exactly right. When you turn around and you don't go to the high school ranks because now how many guys? Well, just I'm not calling nobody out in where I live, but there's only two kids out of every kid that went to play college football that's still playing college football that were freshmen from this county.
Mhm.
Two. We had one on the show. He's at Colgate, and the other kids at Division 3. The rest of them boys, all of them quit. And it's just like you look up and you home and hey, what's going on? Well, coach, man, and you go and you shake your head, and that's Division 2 and Division 3. Now everybody think they can roll up there and play Division 1. No. And then they gotta realize when they get there, And that's why those coaches are saying, okay, I'm gonna bring this kid in because he's, oh yeah, he did well over there, but now you come in and now you don't wrote him a check, man. That kid gonna lay back and go, man, let me go count my cash. All right, okay, practice. Let me go halfway. It's not like I'm coming in and say, if I'm playing for Jacob said, all right, Lamont, I'm gonna recruit you, and you're gonna make 200, you're gonna make $2,000 a game, and at the end of the season, based upon your performance, you're gonna get the payday. Other than that, don't sit there and get that kid $500,000 to do nothing. But
But
again, I mean, the
yeah,
NCAA. I mean, we're paying for it because we didn't address it when it was came up years and years ago. And you go back and look at that old Eddie Robinson tape, and he told them almost 20 years ago exactly what was going to help happen in college athletics, and he's exactly right.
And
yeah, but
then not only that, we have to address that these kids are not tough mentally or
Mm-mm.
emotionally.
There you
mhm.
go.
These kids are softer than a box of Kleenex under the Christmas tree.
You're right. You're right.
That's it. That's it.
Colorado ain't won a championship since I was 5'3", 95 pounds in high school. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
So,
hey,
so that
hey,
was a
man,
long time ago.
Colorado ain't won a championship since we was at my grandma's table eating pork and beans and hot dogs.
All right, well, coach, you got a topic. If not, then I keep
Yeah,
it moving
yeah.
with.
No, yeah. Let's. What about these? I tell you what we need to do. We need to combine our resume, and then go ahead and get us a coaching job, sign for some millions, and have a bad year, and just go ahead and get paid. I mean, think about it. I mean, you got rid of Franklin, then you went down to LSU, and I listened to the press conference. The LSU AD said, "You got to win. We got to be in the playoffs." I mean, you sitting there, and if you think about it, if you're applying for the LSU job and you heard that, you may take your time, you may take your resume and put it in the shred and be like, man, if I don't make the playoffs at LSU, they're gonna fire me after season one. And that's the thing. I mean, when you lose it, you lose a quarterback, you lose a key player here, and that's the thing because you schedule these games and don't realize, man, these teams are not what they used to be. You used to go ahead and put them cupcakes on your schedule, and they blowing it up. And then now, as soon as you lose two games, oh, you got to fire the coach. All right, so you got rid of Franklin, you got rid of the Kelly. Now what you gonna do? You gonna fire Dabo Swinney? Are you out of your mind? Who you gonna replace this guy with? I mean, the guy. I mean, these boosters, man. I just don't understand what you want to hire these coaches and then have two losing games, and the first thing you want to do is fire the coach. I
So,
don't
so
get it,
coach,
So,
man.
I'm gonna say this, Icon.
mhm,
Now, speaking on Dabo, this is 19th season in Clemson. This is the
mhm.
first year that he's been under 500. But they are talking about firing Dabo, man.
That's crazy.
Mm.
That's
So,
crazy.
yeah, I know how sports break, but think about it is that that basically like with Brian Kelly out there at LSU, they didn't like him from the beginning. When he came in and did
Exactly.
that fake, when he did that fake accent, country accent at the press conference, that was the beginning and the end for him. They were waiting for him to fail. They
Oh,
were waiting
sure
for
they
him to
were.
fail. You
But
know what I
I
mean? So
can't listen though, fellas. You mean you would fire a man and not let him finish his contract out and just give away $54 million?
yeah, that
What?
that don't make any sense to me. That's what I don't
No.
get about these college campuses. So y'all just basically just gonna give away free money because you let go in the off season. Not only got to give away give up the 54 million, then you got to hire another coach and give him
Yes.
another 10 or 20, 50, $30 million to replace him because you can't replace Brian Kelly with me or you. You gonna have to replace Brian Kelly with another top notch coach.
There
You know
you
what I'm
And,
go.
saying?
and fellas, what's crazy about that? I was just reading something, and I know I told Icon about this last year sometime. Arizona State owed Herm Edwards $67 million, and they fired the man.
Mm, 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 mm. And you talking about Arizona State? Well, there's really no real expectation of Arizona State. None. Ain't nobody even thinking about Arizona State. So how you fire a man and get to owe him 67 million at a school that you don't even Arizona State don't have an expectation of winning a conference championship, let alone a national championship.
But
Man,
You had to be.
they don't
but
have
I
an
you
think
expectation of winning a North football tournament,
no,
much less
exactly.
a
no,
college conference.
no. but again, I mean, and so here, so that just shows you how much money is in college football. I mean, it is
Mm-hmm.
Man,
past ridiculous. it's ridiculous, man. And I'm not saying that these because these guys get fired or whatever, they shouldn't get paid. But look at the, I mean, look at the burden on the coach that comes behind them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And look at you look at UCLA. Yeah, he goes away. I'm talking about he. I'm not switching sports, but just like John Wooden, when he rolls out, how many coaches do you go through to fix a legendary coach? You know, same thing with Duke. Coach K leaves, he slides John Snyder over, who ain't never been a head coach of a JV basketball team, right?
Mm-hmm.
So these guys are handpicked because they want to stay in control. So you turn around and how you gonna turn around? You gonna talk about firing Dabo Swinney? He's one. I'm sure the great can give us all of the stats, but how do you do that? I mean, what are you looking for, right? And it's the same
Exactly.
thing. People say Mike Tomlin needs to move on. I'm listening. I'll be 59 years old in a couple of weeks. I've only seen three head coaches in the Steelers organization. Three, but
Now,
then
now
this
think,
organizations has got 45 coaches. Like, okay, you know what? It doesn't always end up at the coach's feet. These guys have got to execute.
nah,
They got to be held responsible.
now think
nah.
about this for a minute, Coach and Jake. You got Joe Paterno. He was at Penn State for what, 35,
He,
40 years? How long was
forever,
he?
By 30,
Forever.
by
forever.
30, 37, 38 years, something like that.
37 years. How many national championships he win?
What, maybe two?
Two.
Yeah, I think so.
In
Yeah,
37 years. So that lets you know
there you go.
that you can't just be flipping these coaches when you got a coach that was there for 37 years and he only won two national championships. Now, and Dabo won two in the 15 years he been there, whatever, at Clemson or whatever, and they talking about getting rid of this man over one bad season. What's my man down there at Florida State? He was down there for 20-something years. He won
Bobby
what?
Bowden.
Bobby Bowden. He won one championship? One? Maybe two, I don't think he won two. What he did just won one, right?
I
Did he win
think
just
one
won the
Some,
one?
national. I
some,
think one. Yeah,
The
one.
one. He
one.
one of the greatest coaches that ever coached college football. You know what I'm saying? They let Joe Paterno pretty much. If he would have had the scandal, Joe Paterno would have went out on his own terms, and Bobby Bowden pretty much went out on his own terms at the end of the day. So I don't know what these new athletic directors are doing when they feel like, oh, okay, you got one bad season, and I think social media is messing up the sports because they go on social media and listen to these fans talk
Hmm.
about these coaches, and they think, oh well, he had one bad season, let's go ahead and get rid of him or whatever off of one bad season. It happens in college. You got all these players coming and going. You're not going to be 10-1, 11-1, and 12-0 every season. You just not.
Well,
Especially in today's climate, they got to
But,
understand what we dealing
but
with right now.
I got a funny statement to ask y'all.
Go ahead.
Whoever is Stephen A. Smith Barber, why is his headline pushed so far back?
Where did it come from?
we gonna get him a buyout. We're gonna buy
Where
his
did
contract out.
we go
Man,
buy
man,
this?
man,
We go buy.
I can't. Man. If I can take a yardstick and a measuring level and kind of adjust his forehead to come up a little bit because his forehead start way back here.
You stupid. I can't with you. I already know
Uh,
where that he came from. I
uh, uh,
cannot with you right now. You got a topic, man. If not, I'm
yeah,
gonna come up
I
with
do.
that.
I do. MLB World Series. Let's go. What you think,
Yeah, I'm
Coach?
watching it now. Blue Jays up
I
3-0.
tell I tell you what, man. That we were talking about when we jumped on the air. I like to see the Dodgers win, but I kind of was kind of he kind of made me drink a little bit of his Kool Aid earlier when he was talking about because Toronto hadn't won it and what I think would hadn't what almost 30 years,
32 years. They won it back
Man,
in
32 years.
93.
hey,
93 the
hey,
last time
hey,
they won it.
man, the last time Toronto won it, John the Baptist was the catcher.
Well, this dude right here, boy.
Lord
Hey,
forgive
coach,
him, Lord forgive
coach,
him. But I mean,
coach.
but huh?
Real quick before you say something, I said, boy, I was thinking about Jacob yesterday. I said, boy, I need to find somebody to edit and go back to our shows and just do a sizzle reel on Jacob and these comments he be making, these
He
statements, boy. I
said,
said, boy,
he said
we
John the
we might make we
Baptist was
might make some money just off of it and put it on YouTube. It might blow up on YouTube and TikTok.
Say,
just off his scissor reel.
say John the Baptist
Hey,
behind the
hey, hey,
dish.
coach. Hey, coach. I ain't gonna hold you, man. When I seen the Blue Jays was coming and coming and they made it to the World Series, I said, man, how much money Drake put behind them, man? You know, cause Drake
Hey,
loved that Toronto, man. Like how much money Drake put behind them? Because ain't nobody. If somebody told me last year that the Blue Jays was gonna be in the World Series, I would have started playing Chestnuts Roasted by the Fireplace by Nat King Cole.
mm, wow, not chestnuts roasted. That's yeah, that's you know what? This is definitely off topic. That's probably one of my favorite Christmas songs of all time. But however, the I think it's just great for the sport. You mean when you look
Mhm.
Yeah,
at you know
the
when of
underdog.
course they oh sure I mean they knocked off the Yankees and everybody on the mound did great. And of course Mookie Betts is not having the best series
Mhm.
you know for the Dodgers, but Freeman. I mean, I mean, put it this way: there ain't both of those teams are just dynamite. I mean,
They loaded.
whoever
They
takes,
loaded.
I mean, they're just great, and nobody's up there and just tripping over themselves. And well, what are they doing in the World Series? They're there because both of them are great teams. They've got great players, and both of them on the verge of really having something special.
But you
Hey,
know
coach,
what
I
it
ain't gonna
is,
hold.
though.
I ain't gonna hold you though. Freddie Freeman different, bro. For real.
Oh yeah. But like I said, Freddie Freeman, he nice with it, and Otani on his trajectory got him being the greatest player to ever play the game. But you know why the Toronto, I mean, Dodgers may be in a lot of trouble tonight because there's no pressure on Toronto to win. Game 7, your backsides get tight, hands get sweaty, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, and that pressure for the Dodgers to win is there.
Time
Oh, he
out.
called a
Hold on,
timeout.
Icon.
Whoa, whoa!
Time out.
Is
Time
that
out.
a full or is
Time
that a
out,
30?
Icon.
Is that a
So
30
so
second?
you telling me they got somebody projected that was baptized by soy sauce to be the greatest MLB player ever.
He said baptized by soy sauce. I can't take
I'm
it.
just
I
saying.
can't take. I
Don't let me
can't
I'm
run
take.
just
out this
saying.
room, boy.
I'm just saying, man.
Lord have mercy.
He
You,
said
you, you,
baptized by soy
Hey,
sauce.
audience,
Dude.
hey, audience, listen. Listen, I don't know what to tell y'all. Hey, this is what it is. This dude right here. Well, I don't know if he be writing this stuff down before he come on. This freestyle he be doing. I don't know. He the freestyle comedy king over here, cuz boy. The stuff he come up with on the
Nah,
fly.
nah, 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 I, I've been watching baseball for a long time, and I know some great players that cause I'm gonna tell you who really made me watch baseball. None other than Reggie Jackson. That's who made me watch
Ooh.
baseball. That's who made me
Mm,
watch baseball. Yeah. So you telling me that chicken on a stick, soy sauce, and uh, 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 you know, sesame seed chicken is gonna be the world's greatest baseball player. You know what I mean? Baptized
hey,
by soy sauce and welcomed by duck sauce.
you stupid. I mean, that's what it looked like. Hey, well, the basketball world the same way. The NBA, the best players in the NBA ain't from America, so might as well do the same. And we know that in baseball, it's been going in that direction for years. It was been
Yeah,
mainly
it
the
is. Yeah,
Caribbean guys, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying,
Oh
that's
yeah.
been taking
Oh yeah.
over in the MLB. But it just is what it is at this point. Hey, all I could do is celebrate it, and I love to see it because I'm like in the NLCS, the man pitched 6 innings and hit 3 home runs in one game. That was crazy. You know what I'm
I
saying?
come to it.
Crazy.
I
Yeah,
come
yeah. I
to
mean,
it.
because
I come.
he's going both ways. I mean, and that's what I mean. Who else was ever been given that opportunity to go both ways?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we ain't seen that one
yeah.
since what was it, Babe Ruth? And Babe Ruth was playing with they say plumbers and mechanic workers. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't seen that since Babe Ruth. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Hey, man. They said Babe Ruth will go pull the start out your car and then go hit a home run.
You know, the two they had the players around them. You players back in the day in Babe Ruth years, be in a restaurant taking your order, and then the next night you see him on the field hitting the ball.
Hey
So
Take your
man, listen,
starter.
you know what I
listen,
mean?
man.
But hey, so
but before I'm gonna say this right here. If the NBA know what I know, they better get ready because Wimby gonna be the best player in the league here in a minute.
Oh, I'm glad you said that because that's the next topic.
Who is
Is
that? What is?
Wimby? He said
Oh, oh
Wimby is
yeah,
going to
yeah.
be the
Okay,
best.
yeah.
Is Wimby ready to be the number one guy?
No.
I think give him about 2 years, he will be number one guy.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know if it's two. If not this year, then next year. About I feel like he's gonna be right there. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it. I mean, you got Giannis ain't no spring chicken. He about 31, 32 now. Jokic. I feel like Jokic in the next few years gonna call it quits because Jokic ready to go back home. He won his title. He ready to go back home, ride them horse.
Hey, hey,
So
but I can't. But we got to give it young. Giannis is the best PR in the league because his brother ain't never did nothing but wipe the sweat off the floor, and to gave him a contract. And then his his uh his little brother played with the girls basketball, and they just gave him a contract. Like he the
Oh,
best
both his
PR in the
brothers,
league.
both his brothers on the team now. Both of them.
Yeah, both of them with Milwaukee, both of them.
The one
Hey,
of them supposed to be on the team, let alone both of them. And we want to talk about Bronny and Bronny. At least Bronny got some kind of skill. His brothers don't have no skill.
but
None.
but but and that's the thing because you can when they number 11 and 12 on the roster. I mean that's they probably ain't even got they probably got a pair of shorts and sweatsuits on. They ain't even got no uniform underneath their sweats
Yeah, I
because
I
they,
don't
they
think
ain't
that's
getting on the floor. I mean,
at
So
all.
Coach Gordon, let me say this to you, Coach Gordon.
okay,
The way I seen Wimby make Anthony Davis, so I felt like it was the Credible Hope stepping on Garfield the cat. And that was ridiculous, man. And then he gonna say that it should be a height size on NBA players. What?
Mm.
It
no.
should it should be a length size on his eyebrows.
Well, here's the problem, right? Number one, AD's a China doll, right? He put it this way: if I had to pick a team, he wouldn't be on my practice squad. And somebody
Mhm.
says, why not be? I mean, he can't stay healthy. He picks and chooses. He's worse than Sports Illustrated. He don't even come out once a week. He may come out every 2 weeks. Yeah, I mean, he's just not the guy, man. I mean, I've never
Mhm.
liked this game. I've never liked this game. And he doesn't want to play the five. He wants to play the four, and he's almost one of them in betweens guys. But I mean, he's just he got lucky. He got out there with LeBron. They won it when the COVID when they was all playing in the middle school gym on lockdown or whatever. But Anthony, if you trying to win a championship with Anthony Davis, man, you just
That's why I
you
didn't
just
understand when people think Dallas gonna do something. I'm like,
no,
he can't stay
no,
healthy. And I love
no.
Kyrie Irving. I love Kyrie Irving, but Kyrie Irving the same way. He just as
Same,
fragile.
he just the
He'll
same
ball
thing
out
with
when he ball
Flag.
out, but he just as fragile.
Flag. Everybody told me he had a great game. Okay, but he can't
Yeah.
play back to back. That dude went out
Mm-mm.
there the very next day, put up 2 points, 2 rebounds, and I'm just like, that's a back to back, dude. Welcome to the NBA.
Who
You
can't
gonna
play
go out
back to
to
back?
what? What's
Cooper
it?
Flag?
Cooper Flag. Yeah,
Already?
yeah, he only had 2 points the other night. It's just like two
That's
points,
why I said. That's
uh,
why I said it. They
two
hyped the man
points.
up. They done made the man
Yeah.
that
Now he
officially.
had so I think it was Tuesday night game. He had a good game. Wednesday night 2 points. Okay, it's back to back, man. You get those guys have got a real man. That's grown man basketball. And
Mm-hmm.
you go out there, you think you gonna and then you traveling, and then you go out and say, man, he only had 2 points. That kid, man, he ain't seen nothing like that.
Yeah, they
He
don't.
doesn't
And they
know.
didn't.
No,
Hey,
he can't go out
hey,
there and
hey,
just perform like that night in, night out.
I can your grandbaby tougher than Anthony Davis.
It probably is. And the thing about it, they done gave Cooper Flag that they didn't did everything but made him the logo. You know what
Oh,
I'm saying, or
hey,
whatever.
oh,
You know what I'm
no,
saying? But
they want him to be the guy, right? And I understand that. I mean, they want him to be the guy.
Yeah,
Same thing like Caitlin Clark. They want her to be the girl. But you know that whole and I love college basketball. Women college basketball is fantastic. But when they try to make that leap over to the WNBA, man, people ain't gonna go in their wallets and support that big. You know what I mean? It's just it's the lifestyles that they don't understand that. That's the root of the problem in that entire organization, from
yeah.
top to bottom. It's just that lifestyle across the board, man. It's just you out there and half of the team and the coaches are half of them got the alternative lifestyle and all that other stuff. And people, well, how come people don't get in behind the WNBA? Well, you ain't gonna because they ain't gonna be sponsoring a whole bunch of that madness that's going on, man. And it's just like,
Man,
you can have a great time, but it'll never go to that
I
next
never
level.
thought
yeah.
about it like that.
Well,
I
well, well,
never
well,
thought about
well,
it like that.
well, let's just keep it real. Don't nobody want to sponsor the Afrobeat community.
There you
They
go.
don't.
There you go.
Not in the sport, not in
No,
sports, not in sports.
no,
Maybe
no,
in the entertainment business, but not in that sports world. They don't want
nope,
to. You know what
nope.
I'm saying? That's why Angela Reese got so popular because she was a pretty girl and she was still was in our world, and so
Right.
they feel like they could do something with that. But when you
Yep.
got people looking like some of these girls looking like they doggone Medea and
Oh
doggone
yeah.
Shanae, then
Oh
nobody
yeah.
want to mess with that. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
and and every time they go somewhere, they 3-piece suit better than the ones I got in my closet,
Yeah, and
right? And
I want to
so,
ask you this, Coach, before we get out of here,
all
because
right,
I want your perspective on this. You and Jacob both put out, but I know you kind of like. I know you really don't. You kind of despise and don't like Michael Jordan like that, like everybody else do. So I've heard Gilbert Arenas say this, and I said it before. I haven't heard Gilbert Arenas and them say this. I said I
Gilbert.
don't really think Michael Jordan is is it necessarily. It doesn't make any sense to do it now. They should have done this 20 years ago, making him like this brand ambassador thing. Because first of all, the NBA keeps saying they want a new face of the NBA. You can't make a new face if you keep going back to 30 years ago. You know what I'm saying? At some point, if you want to move on from LeBron and Steph Curry and Kevin Durant, you can't keep going back. I understand. I love Michael Jordan, hate him, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But you can't keep going back to that. Then Michael Jordan sitting up there on the first interview looking like a hound dog, looking like Cujo right before he got shot with the bloodshot red eyes, and looked like he just drank a bottle of Hennessy or whatever, sitting there trying to talk with the groggy voice and tears coming from his eyes. And like Gilbert Arenas said, he's sitting up there crying and he got tears in his eyes and ain't even crying. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, what are we doing? What are we doing? You know what I'm saying? So my question is: he good or bad
But
for the NBA at this point?
yeah, yeah, here and that's a great way to take us out. Jordan has ran his course, right? It's time to pass the torch. And if I was the commissioner of NBA, the person I'd be going after is in Boston, and that's
Mm,
Jason Tatum. Just because he's young enough, he's clean cut. You always see him with his child. You don't hear nothing really off the court. What's going on with this, what's going on. It can't be John Morant. I mean, can't you just and that's the thing. These guys don't understand, man. It's just they want to go out and do their thing, but how much money are they leaving on the table when they don't clean themselves, the clean, the whole image, right? Now you can just
mhm,
have it's like Jordan. I mean, look at Magic, right? What did Magic do? Think about what Magic made the announcement saying that he had the HIV virus, right? And the
mhm,
dude's probably made $500 million since he made that announcement. It didn't go that way with him. It went north for him, right? So he
mhm,
was that guy. He had that smile. He had that charisma. And that's the thing. That who in that league can go out there and be the face, because you can't keep going back to Joe. I mean, come on, man. I mean, daggone. I mean, think in a few years, who was it? John the Baptist was he was catching in the World Series and the NBA Finals. I mean, yeah, Jordan is Jordan, but man, come on, turn the page. My vote. Let's go after Jason Tatum.
you are missing something, coach. As long as the NBA markets the Jordan brand in the NBA, it's gonna be there. If
Oh,
they stop marketing the Jordan brand as far as his sneakers, Jumpman, and stuff, then we can forget about Mike. But as long as they use that as a as a standard for players. He always gonna be there. His face always gonna be in the narrative somewhere. So the commissioner and the whole NBA as a unit has to stop that.
Oh,
Mhm.
I agree. I mean, and I get that, right? But in that, what they've got to be able to do is go after that. Who is the next guy, right? Giannis, yeah, I think Giannis could have been, but his market doesn't help him in Milwaukee. It's the same thing. San Antonio's got a decent market, but the
And he
market's
can't
not.
talk.
And
You know,
right,
you gotta do an
you're
interview. He can't. I
right.
mean,
Right. I mean, right. I
we
mean, and see, and that's the thing. That's when you got to sit down with wise counsel and say, hey, what do you need in order to get to that next level? And that's why I say Jason Tatum, he fits the mold.
Mhm.
Whether he's a Duke guy or Carolina, I don't care what school. It's just who is the guy that can stand there and just like Jacob said, that can articulate the way he needs to articulate, has the look, and be able to get up there and people say, "Hey, man, whether you endorsing Ruffles potato chips or selling cars or pork and beans and hot dogs, right?
Well,
That's
well,
right.
well, I'm gonna
Who
say
you
this
That's
gonna
before we get
believe?
out of here. I'm gonna say this before we get out of here. And Carmelo said it this other day. He said the problem with the whole thing is nobody wants to be the face of the NBA.
Say that's
He
it.
said that's why people don't give like a LeBron, a Steph Curry, them guys enough credit because nobody wants to be the face of the NBA. They just made that, and then when you made that thing and you can hold it down like these guys, you know what I'm saying? Never getting in any trouble off the court, never have really any scandals. That's hard to do. You know what
That's
I'm saying?
hard.
We don't
Yes,
think
sir.
about it. On the history of the NBA, we've only had 6 or 7 faces. We had Jerry West, we had Dr. J, we had Magic and Bird, and we had basically LeBron and Steph Curry. You know what I'm saying? That's really just been really the face of the NBA. Some people say Kobe, but Kobe I don't know if you think Kobe was ever the face of the NBA because the reason why I said it, you can't be one MVP in your whole career in 20 years and be the face. It doesn't add up. But that's a story for another day. But anyway,
but
I'm just
it's a
saying,
story for another day. I turn. It's a story for
yeah.
another day. But we already know that a few times that Steve Nash got MVP, that's supposed to went to Kobe. Facts.
But that's my whole point. And when you're the face, they're going to do everything they can to lift you up. They're not going to hinder them that their brand by not
Putting
boosting
them
you
up.
up.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
That's why a
true.
lot of people don't like LeBron because they feel like the NBA boosts him up too much. You feel what I'm saying? So when
Oh,
you
without a
they,
doubt.
even Jordan, a lot of people they despise. A lot of people don't realize this. Back in the day, they despised Jordan. Other players despised
Oh yeah.
Jordan. You know what I'm
Of
saying? They
course.
might
Of
have
course.
because he got too much attention and too much notoriety and the calls and everything that went with it. So that's what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, none of these players want it. So if they don't want it, you can't just give it to them and say, "Run, we gonna make you the face," and then
Right.
you do
So
everything not to want it.
so I'm gonna say what Steph Curry and LeBron and KD understands the same thing that Mike understands. LeBron, Steph, and KD understands marketing and they understand public relations, and so
Mm-hmm.
that's why if you understand that you a brand, then it don't take much for me to lift you up. If I'm an NBA organization that's been around for years, I know you understand marketing, and I know you understand that you are a brand name and a household name. So I can boost you up, and I ain't got to spend that many marketing dollars because you already that guy. So,
Yeah.
and
Right.
most NBA players don't understand that because if
Yep.
they did, they'll learn how to go take some media training because some of these NBA players, sound like they need to be in the comic book.
Yep. You're right. But anyway, fellas, good night. We might have to do this like once a month. Do this like once a month where we just come on here and chop it up.
Chop
Yeah, I
it
know.
up, baby.
Yeah, I know it's about the people that we bring on, but sometimes we usually come out so our little personality, especially this fool. We need to, to show who we are sometimes and poke
Because I
our
got
chest out a
jokes.
little bit.
I got jokes.
Oh yeah. You got more jokes than doggone Eddie Murphy and Cat Williams and all of them put together. Yeah, you like the walking, you like the podcast Hall of Nights. You know what I'm saying? Got more jokes than Hall of Nights, boy. Good Lord. But anyway, fellas, I appreciate y'all.
Always,
And
brothers.
see y'all next time.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
Yes, sir.
support and everybody. Appreciate everybody for coming on tonight. Y'all have
All
a
right.
blessed night.
Y'all be blessed. All right.
All
Talk
right.
to you.
Peace. Peace.